Hello guys, good morning. Right now I'm in Proton showroom to check out this all new Proton X50. I'm so excited to show you all of the details about this car. In Malaysia, there will be 3 variants offered only: Executive, Premium and Flagship. All are using the same 1.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder engine. Finally, the X50 comes with a new 1.5 liter 4-cylinder engine paired to a 7-speed DCT. There's also the increment in terms of the power. The predecessor X50 right here, this one is the Flagship, so it's a TGDI engine. It comes with 177 horsepower and 255 Nm of torque. The new X50 right here comes with 181 PS and 290 Nm of torque. I think this is one of the biggest highlights about this new X50. Okay, enough of the engine. Let's go through the exterior styling of this X50 Premium. Compared to the Flagship variant, the front fascia is actually the same. It comes with this 3 LED daytime running light and its full LED reflectors instead of full projector in the pre-generation X50. So here there's a Proton nameplate as well as a full LED technology wording. Now here's the front bumper section. As you can see now, it has a very big intake kind of grille. Not only that, Proton put an effort to design this kind of gloss black lining to make it look interesting. It actually makes the front part of this car looks wider than usual. So here's the rim. The Premium and Flagship gets the same rim design. This is a 215/55 R18. It's a 18-inch. This kind of very interesting patterning. And there's a red brake calipers to signify this is a very sporty oriented vehicle. So right here there are some chrome touches in the A pillar. And for the Premium, you can see there's actually a 360 cam and the side mirrors, keyless entry for both front doors. Now here's the rear look of the new X50 compared to the predecessor right there. Now it comes with a 1 LED light bar and it is very slim. And there's a Proton wordings at the tailgate section, and the 4 tailpipes are actually functional, same like the previous X50. I think this is a very good feature because nowadays many car makers are making tailpipes design as aesthetic instead of functional. I think this is a plus point for the X50, and because this is a Premium, so the spoiler is in this design. If it's a Flagship, there's a more aggressive spoiler design. Now let's take a look inside this all new X50. This is where the design changes a lot over the predecessor model. So here's the key fob of the all new X50. It's basically identical to the previous X50. Now let's start the accessory mode. The start stop button is located right here. So now I started the accessory mode. Let's slowly go through the interior of this all new X50. I have a lot of things to highlight in this car. Now this being a Premium variant, you can see that the interior is finished in all full black theme. It actually looks exclusive, and if it's a Flagship, they will have a dual tone design. Now let's start with the doors right here. One of the bigger changes that Proton made is at the door handle. Right now it goes to a more conventional setup, but it's actually more durable, and the feedback is also much more high quality. And the touch point you can touch is all wrapped in soft touch, and here is soft touch leather, and there are some X design printed on the door panel, which makes it look more interesting. And there's a very subtle ambient lighting at the handles right here. These window switches are also carried over from the Proton S70, and it's automatic in both directions. Now let's try to close the door. Very solid. You get a central locking right here, and this part I read online, this is actually for you to mount your phone holder, which you can buy in Taobao or anywhere. Here's the start stop button, and Proton have moved the gear lever from the pre-X50 is in the center console, right? Now they have moved to the steering column right here, just like the Proton E-Max 7. In my opinion, I think this is much more convenient, whereby if you are driving, suddenly you want to parking, you can push on the brake and just flick the gear stalk instead of looking at the gear knob right here. This actually free up space on the center console here. Now let's look at the steering wheel. This is the same steering wheel carryover from the previous X50, but right now in the premium you already get the full ADAS system, which includes the adaptive cruise control. Here is the signal and the wiper stop, and the signal operation just like BMW, whereby when you push down it will move back to its last recorded position. To cancel it, you just push up a bit. And here is to set your wiper speed. Steering wheel, you can see it has a tilt and telescopic, so you can always find your ergonomic driving position. Now let's move to this two touchscreen. You may see this familiar, right? Because it's actually a similar design as the Proton eMAS 7, just that the software is not using the Flyme OS. Now you can see the meters right here. It shows your speed, your car diagram, your mileage, average fuel consumption, so on and so forth. It's a fairly simple meter, but it displays necessary info for you to look at. So to cycle between the meters right here, you can press the info buttons and you can cycle between different settings. And it also comes with a tire pressure monitoring system, which is very nicely spec'd. Now let's move to the center screen right here. Now it finally supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And this one is the in-car navigation system, which many of us may not be using. Alright, so this is your FM, and this is your car settings, which you can set a lot of things. This is your control center, rear fog light, trip computer, ambient light, auto close, driving. There's actually 4 driving modes right now. You have Eco, Sport, Comfort and Adaptive. Adaptive, basically it can, based on your driving behavior, to switch to which mode. And there's a drive mode linkage, hill descent control, ESC Sport and auto hold function. And lighting, you can see at the signal stock right here, there's no actually a physical headlight stock, so you need to actually open up the headlight via a touch screen right here. There's also a follow me home function. You can delay it up to 90 seconds. Ambient light, there's multicolor for you to choose from, and you can also follow your music and the ambient light brightness. And this is your full ADAS. There's the ICC, ACC, autonomous emergency braking. So it's basically a full suite of ADAS from Proton, and it is also the updated type compared to the previous X50. This one is much more accurate. And this is your voice recognition. One more update for this voice recognition is now it supports Bahasa Melayu. And this is the appearance. You can change to auto, day mode and night mode. And your language, as you can see, language, now you can switch between English and Bahasa Melayu. Okay, down here there's some shortcut keys for you to control your climate control. Now your climate control, there's no longer a physical buttons right here. Only the fan speed on and off and automatic and front defrost. Okay, the screen is very high resolution and is very responsive as well. Now moving down here, the aircon vents have moved to much more lower position, and here there's 2 places for you to slot your phone, and this one doesn't come with a wireless charging, only the flagship comes with it. So right here there are some physical buttons. They all feel nice to the touch, and this is your hazard switch. Here you get 2 cup holders, and the armrest is pretty deep as well. Here is the seat upholstery for the X50. I think it's the same seat like the previous X50. And only the driver's side gets electronic controls. The passenger side is fully manual. And when you open it, it goes down slowly, which is nice, and there's some space for you to put your items. And here there's a very subtle ambient lighting as well. Same design element as the one imprinted on the door panel. And the aircon vents, there are some garnishing for the chrome. Here you get a manual dimming rear view mirror. This is your LED reading light, and for the premium, it doesn't get a panoramic sunroof. And the sun visor for the premium is this type, a more conventional type. Only the flagship gets the much more special looking sun visor. Right now, let's get to the back seats. Here's the back seat look of the all-new X50. Get in and out is pretty easy. Legroom wise, I get about this much, which is pretty generous in this class of vehicle. And you get rear aircon vents, one USB Type A and Type C port. And here's the interior look of the all-new X50. It is more minimalist than the previous X50. So right here you get a center armrest as well. And the seat, they actually make this part comes out a little bit so you can support your body while you're sitting right here. Seat bench is pretty soft and it supports my thigh. Ergonomic wise, I think they've done a good job, and the seat back angle is not as straight. Now let's check out the boot. So this part is hard plastic, but this part is all wrapped in leather. Feels nice to the touch. For the premium, it also comes with a power boot. Opening speed is rather fast. So here's the boot space of the all-new X50. It is decently sized. You can basically put some luggages, and if you need more space, you can always fold down the rear seats by 60-40. Open out this part, you get some storage space, and underneath there is actually a spare tire. So to close it, you just press the buttons right here. Now, what do you think about this all-new X50? I think it's a big upgrade over the previous X50. Now, the prices hasn't been announced yet, but it's expected to be sub 100k or slightly above. If you're in the market looking for a B segment, sporty looking SUV, right, I think the X50 must come into your consideration because they have updated the engine and tuning, as well as the interior is much more refreshing. This marks my review of this all-new Proton X50 Premium. If you have any comments regarding to this car, you can comment down below and let me know. And be sure to subscribe, like and share my videos. Cheers!